matter. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Wednesday, wherever you are, and indeed, welcome to this, the shortest day in the Northern Hemisphere today. Thank you so much for joining in. Winter solstice is upon us. Thank you so much for joining us, and I am glad that we're here. And we do have a book to go with this special day, and this one is called The Shortest Day, and it is written by Susan Cooper and illustrations by CARSON, ELLIS, and of course being read with permission of the publishers CANDLEWICK Press. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Absolutely appreciate you and glad that we are here together. How are you where you are, and how is everything going? Glad to see you here with us. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us on Story Time, and it is in this a wonderful season, holiday season. I hope that whatever you're observing, whatever you're celebrating or not, I hope that your holiday season is a good one indeed. And of course, we are mindful of our friends that may be unhoused, our friends that may be facing all kinds of issues at this time of the year. And indeed, we do send them love and of course our good thoughts as well. And where we can, please let us try and help. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Absolutely appreciate it. And yeah, I'm glad that we're here together. Another amazing story, another day of story time together. And our special mention for today too is this wonderful book that we've not read on story time yet, but hopefully we get all the permissions required and have it here soon. And this one is called Here is the World. I love this one so much. If you can find it at your local library, or indeed find it where you find books. This one is called Here is the World, a year of Jewish holidays. And we know that Hanukkah is happening too right now. Observances are happening. So yeah, just to learn a little bit more of all the different things, all the different celebrations around the year, all the different Jewish holidays around the year. This is a good book for you to start from. Thank you so much for joining in, and glad you're here. And of course, that one is called Here is the World, a year of Jewish holidays. Thank you so much for joining in. Today is your, thank you for being here with us. And this one indeed, it's been over a year since we brought it here to Story Time, and I'm glad that we're bringing it back, and we also have some back matter to read together so we can understand, and of course we'll look at the original Susan Cooper poem as well. Thank you so much for joining in. Glad that you are here. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? Sarah and Nathan in cold and gray Illinois. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. We're waiting for snow to arrive tomorrow, just in time for the arrival of the real winter. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Glad you are here with us. Please do stay warm out there. snow's coming. Please do stay warm. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. And what do you look forward to in the snow? What do you look forward to when it snows? Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Glad that you're here. And of course, Amanda West, good morning to you as well. Welcome to Story Time. Today we're reading The Shortest Day. This one from Susan Cooper, CARSON, ELLIS, and of course, Candlewick Press. Thank you so much for joining us out there in gray, cold Illinois. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning from sunny but chilly Massachusetts. Well, thank you so much for joining in. Clara and Erin are counting down to the days Santa's visit. Oh, yes, indeed. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. Well, I am, and I'm sure everybody out there too hears you, and hopefully they can respond for themselves. But we wish them a wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Glad you're here. Tara McNamara, Erin, and Clara, thank you so much for joining us today for this wonderful book. Thank you indeed for being here. The shortest day coming up very shortly. But remember too that we are doing our challenge, and a big thank you indeed to Action for Happiness. And yes, they've brought us this December Kindness Challenge. And today is the 21st. So we're looking at the blue, kind of right in the center, bottom of the page. Second line from the bottom. Blue, deep blue, left-hand side of your screen. It says, appreciate kindness and thank people who do things for you. Yes, indeed. Even the little things. Yes. Let's remember to show gratitude, to be thankful, and just to remind the people that are doing them too, that we appreciate them, right? It could be little things. It could be what are seemingly little things, but somebody has taken the time to do that for us. So let us remember to say thank you. It could be somebody handing you the remote control. It could be somebody helping you clean up your Legos. It could be somebody helping you put some juice in a cup. It all counts. So let's remember to say thank you and appreciate those acts of kindness that others are showing us. And also, we're showing kindness to them by appreciating what they do and not taking it for granted. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope that you try that out today. Say thank you for appreciate kindness and thank people who do things for you. Thank you indeed, and thank you to Action for Happiness for allowing us to share, for creating that and allowing it to be shared on different platforms like this. Thank you so much for joining in. A very short day coming up, well, the shortest day. Very short day. A shortest day coming up very shortly. So join me on the other side of this one when we're back for more story time. Thank you indeed. And of course, thank you for our picture today. Thank you to Spalding Meadows of Petaluma for that wonderful design. And yes, this beautiful image created by Spalding Meadows out in Petaluma, California. Thank you so much for joining in today. Glad that you are here with me. Join me on the other side of this short break when we're back for more story time. Thank you indeed for being here with us, and we'll be right back.
Hi, friends. I hope you're enjoying today's story on Storytime with Mr. Lamada. I know I am. My name is Angela Dalton, and I'm the author of picture books, including Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, If You Look Up to the Sky, and Show the World, all of which you can see Mr. Lamada read right here on Storytime with Mr. Lamada, along with so many other wonderful and beautiful and funny and great books. So I hope you continue watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, bye.
Thank you indeed, and welcome back. Angela Dalton, thank you so much. Yes, author of amazing books, and including Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, and of course, very recently, Show the World, and she has a brand new book coming out. Keep an eye out for that one. It is about Nichelle Nichols, and so please do check that one out. It'll be out very shortly, and we'll be doing something here, of course, on Storytime for that. So check out AngelaDalton.com. Thank you indeed for being here, and glad that we're here together. We do have a wonderful book to read together, Shortest Day. This one coming to us from Susan Cooper and CARSON, ELLIS. And of course, we're reading it with permission of the publishers, Candlewick Press. very, very good morning to you. All right. So before we get started with our story, I would like us to go back and read read the back matter first, and then we'll come back and start with our story. So right now I'm just going to read this. As you can see, there are no pictures on that, so I'm just going to read that for us quickly, and then we'll be right back with our story. But this will help us understand our story a little bit better. All right. From the very beginning, our lives have been cyclical. Means they go round and round. At the solstices, the sun reaches its highest or lowest point in our sky, giving us the longest or the shortest day of the year. At the equinoxes, day and night are almost equal. Spring equinox, summer solstice, autumn equinox, winter solstice. Round and round they go. If you live on a planet that circles the sun, your time is governed by the patterns of light and darkness, summer and winter, warmth and cold, and of course, life and death. Once our forebears learned to farm, they planted and harvested at the equinoxes, but it was the solstices that caught their attention, the extremes. They watched the days shrink from the bright abundance of high summer to the bleak, dark cold of the winter. And they invented rituals to make sure the light would come back again, to bring the new day, the new year, the rebirth of life. The rebirth rituals have become traditions that we still celebrate, whether or not we remember where they came from. Some of them are so old that only their monuments remain. On the morning of the winter solstice at the great earthquake in Newrange in County Meath, Ireland, the day's first beams of sunlight shines in through a passage that Neolithic people built there 5,000 years ago to catch it. And for 17 minutes, a dark room deep within is filled with the sunshine of the shortest day. It's a universal impulse, the celebration of the light as a symbol of continuing life. The yore and the evergreens of my poem came from Northern Europe, but the candles in those Christmas trees belong to the same family as the menorah candles of Chanukah or the oil lamps of Diwali. Christianity and many other faiths share their intention. They are the light of hope, reaching for the triumph of good over evil. The shortest day is for everyone. I wrote the poem for the theater for a joyful celebration of the winter solstice in music, dance, and words that's known as Christmas revels. You can find out about it at revels.com. Every year on Revel stages in 9 cities across America, an actor steps forward and begins quietly to read. So the shortest day came, and everybody listening is reminded that above all, they too, at this time of celebration, feast, give thanks, and dearly love their friends and hope for peace. So when the actor reaches the last line, the whole audience repeats it after them in a great exuberant shout. Welcome your! The jack of my dedication is the singer-director John Langstaff, who founded the Revels. Its seed was sown in his childhood when his family always had a big Christmas party for their friends. Their house was full of candlelight and good food and evergreens, and everyone sang carols or played music or recited a poem. When your family and friends celebrate Christmas in their own way, maybe you could astonish them all by standing up and reciting the shortest day. Jack would have liked that, and the family suddenly will be very large indeed. And that is coming from Susan Cooper. Thank you so much for allowing me to read that and for joining in. And that's the full poem. And once you get this book from the library, then you can get to see it. So with the pages, we're going to be going one line at a time. So here we go with our story for today as we continue to celebrate this short day and indeed this holiday season, whatever you are observing. All right, here we go. The Shortest Day, written by Susan Cooper, illustrated by CARSON ELLIS, read with permission of the publishers, Candlewick Press. Winter is here. It is upon us. So the shortest day came. So the shortest day came. Are you ready for it? I love Casanel's illustrations. And the year died. So the shortest day came, and the year died. And everywhere down the centuries of the snow-white world came people singing, dancing to drive the dark away. Yes, and everywhere down the centuries of the snow-white world came people singing, dancing to drive the dark away. They lighted candles in the winter trees. They hung their homes with evergreen. Oh. Yes, indeed. They lighted candles in the winter trees. They hung their homes with evergreen in the hopes of chasing away the dark. Yeah. They burned beseeching fires all night long to keep the year alive. Oh. Yes. They burned beseeching fires all night long to keep the year alive. Look at that. And when the New Year's sunshine blazed awake, they shouted, reveling. And when the New Year's sunshine blazed awake, they shouted, reveling. Look at that. Through all the frosty ages, you can hear them echoing behind us. Listen, listen closely. Yes. Through all the frosty ages, you can hear them echoing behind us. Listen, listen. Ah, yes, indeed. Listen, listen. Through all the frosty ages, you can hear them echoing. Ah. All the long echoes sing the same delight. This shortest day, as promise wakens in the sleeping land. Ah. Yes, indeed. as promise awakens in the sleeping land. Ah, all the long echoes sing the same delight. This shortest day, as promise awakens in the sleeping land. ah. They carol, feast, give thanks, and dearly love their friends, and hope for peace. Don't we all? Yes, indeed. If we do something today, if we do something this season, let it be caroling, feasting, giving thanks, and dearly loving our friends, and hope for peace. Yeah. Ah, yes, indeed. And so do we. Here, now, this year, and every year. Welcome your. Yes, welcome your. This, the shortest day. Ah, yes. And so do we, just like our forebears did. Here, now, this year, and every year. Welcome your. And that is the end of our story. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Join me on the other side of this short break. Thank you for being here with us.
Hi, friends. I hope you're enjoying today's story on Storytime with Mr. Lamada. I know I am. My name is Angela Dalton, and I'm the author of picture books, including Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, If You Look Up to the Sky, and Show the World, all of which you can see Mr. Lamada read right here on Storytime with Mr. Lamada, along with so many other wonderful and beautiful and funny and great books. So I hope you continue watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, bye.
Welcome back, friends. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I hope you enjoyed a wonderful story and wishing you, of course, a happy winter solstice today. Thank you so much for joining in. And just again to go back to Susan Cooper's poem, and she does say here, the shortest day is for everyone. I wrote the poem for the theater for a joyful celebration of the winter solstice in music, dance, and words that's known as Christmas revels. But we know that every year, stages everywhere will sing and shout that. But we know that it's for everybody. Yes, people observe it in many different ways in the candlelight and good food of evergreens of Christmas. And also, we know that Hanukkah as well is celebrated, the celebration of light, and so many others that are happening. We know that there are people observing Kwanzaa as well. And so lots and lots of celebrations intertwined, and we all hope for peace. Yes, indeed, we all hope for peace. We carol, we feast, we give thanks, and dearly love our friends and neighbors and family, and hope for peace. Very important indeed. Thank you so much for joining in today. Glad we were here together. The shortest day. This one coming to you from Susan Cooper, CARSON, ELLIS, and read with permission of the publishers CANDLEWICK Press. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here with us. It has been almost a year since we read this one, and happy to bring it back here to Storytime. Please remember, our special mention for today is Here is the World. Yes, this one, A Year of Jewish Holidays. It is a beautiful book. Find it where you find books. It is written by Leslie Newman and illustrations by Susan Garr. So find it and get to enjoy, and of course, learn as we read. If you're like me, learn a little bit more about Jewish holidays. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely love it. Tomorrow, we bring back one that was here just a few weeks ago. Sophie is back, and we're celebrating Grandpop's birthday. But there's a mission. There is a duty for Sophie to do. And can Sophie change the world? This one coming up written by Nancy Elizabeth Wallace, and illustrations by Aura Lewis. And of course, the full title is Mitzvahs Are Really Powerful, but Can Safi Change the World? And this one will be reading with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. So join us tomorrow and get to enjoy this one as we continue here on Storytime, celebrating this holiday season. Thank you so much for joining in. Glad that you are here with us one more time. Amanda West, thank you so much for joining us. Sarah and Nathan out there in Illinois, where it is cold and gray on this shortest day of the year. And we're waiting for snow to arrive tomorrow, just in time for the arrival of real winter. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Always appreciate you. Always appreciate your insight on things. Thank you for being here with us. Amanda West, Sarah, and Nathan, have yourselves a wonderful day out there in Illinois. And of course, good morning to you, Erin, Clara, and of course, Tara McNamara out there in Massachusetts, where it is sunny but chilly. Thank you so much for joining in. Glad you're here with us. And you send out, you say, hope you are having a wonderful holiday season. Well, I am for sure. Thank you. Hugs to you. Thank you for asking. And of course, everybody out there, Clara, Erin, and of course Tara are saying they hope you are having a wonderful holiday season. Thank you indeed for sending those positive vibes out in the world. Much appreciated for sure. And of course, you cannot wait for Santa's visit. Well, please do share. Let us know what Santa brings out for you. I will be waiting here too, trying to see what I get, if I get something this year. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely appreciate you. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Please join us tomorrow as we bring back Sophie. Can Sophie change the world? So join me tomorrow as we bring back that one to Storytime. Thank you so much. And a fun fact too, before we go, a fun fact about this shortest day today. I think it did say that I think this day will be about, was it eight and a half hours of daylight total that we'll be having on this shortest day. Let me see if I can find it. How much daylight today? I was looking at this yesterday, but I'm can't find it right now. How many hours of daylight is the shortest day? Yes, about 8 hours and 45 minutes. So yeah, it is a short day indeed. So that's only about a third of the day that will have daylight, and the rest of it will be dark. Thank you so much for joining in. You know what that means? It's more stories to read, more cuddle time, and of course hot chocolate weather. It sounds like everywhere else in the world too. Well, Northern Hemisphere. I retract, Northern Hemisphere. I know that other parts of the world is hot right now, especially the Southern Hemisphere. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And I hope that we get to see you here on Storytime again tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here with us. Much love from me. Please do take care of yourselves. And of course, remember too that we do have our challenge. My alarm is going off. Hopefully it turns off soon. We do have our challenge that is going on, and that one says, today is the 21st. Appreciate kindness and thank people who do things for you. Yes, indeed. Thank people who do things for you. Appreciate them. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I appreciate you 1,000,000%, and I hope to see you here for more story time. Thank you so much for joining in, and glad you are here. Much love from me. Please remember, if you need help, please reach out. Talk to an adult near you. Talk to someone near you. And of course, for all the adults that are joining us as well, please, if you need help, remember that you are not alone. Talk to your neighbors. Talk to somebody at home if you have somebody close. But if not, remember too that there are helplines that we can reach out to, including 988 that we can call and we can talk to somebody. And of course, if you're able, you have my contacts, please reach me as well. I am here. I'm glad to be a support for people. So please reach out, call in, and of course, we'll give time to talk. There's nothing more important than human connection and of course, taking care of each other. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. This has been Storytime for today. This has been story time on the winter solstice. This has been story time on the shortest day. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll be back again tomorrow for more story time. Much love from me, and of course, see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Happy holidays.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. I'm with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.